Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Guru Sudarshan Acharya Shyam Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Shiva Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayana. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sriman Narayana in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that are watching this discourse locally, nationally and internationally, and I welcome in advance those that are going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. We welcome Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati on this auspicious occasion of Maha Shivaratri, which has thousands of stories, but here at the Sriman Narayana, we don't give stories, we give scientific explanations for these occurrences. And I'm going to connect Lord Shiva to the Bhagavad Gita. And if you do an analysis on this Maha Shivaratri and listen to discourses from around the world, if you take our time and then you take the time of the various time zones around the world, no Guru up until this point would have connected Lord Shiva to the Bhagavad Gita. So this is a world first, and in doing so, we're going to remove all the corruption that is in the minds of people that profess to be following Sanatana Dharma. That confusion that's in the minds of people around the world who call themselves Hindus is also the confusion in chapter 1 between verse 36 and 40, which I'm going to discuss today. So I'm linking Lord Shiva with the Bhagavad Gita, and I'm not only doing that, I'm linking Lord Shiva to the Guru Gita. So many people around the world do not know the existence of the Guru Gita. So in this discourse, I'm linking the Bhagavad Gita, the Guru Gita, Lord Sriman Narayana and Lord Shiva. And I'm going to unpack it to the best of my ability in the simplest of forms within the parameters of the eternal law, within the parameters of the eternal cosmic law. So like a country that has a constitution, and I'll discuss the ANC. The ANC had a constitution and they started ruling this country in 1994. Then there was disharmony in the ANC, and in 2008, Hope was formed, a breakaway from the ANC. So they took the same ANC constitution, Jessica, and they tweaked it here and there. And then subsequently, there was another disharmony in the ANC, and the EFF was formed. They also took the ANC's constitution and they tweaked it here and there. And then in 2004, 2024 or 2023, Jessica, the MK was formed. And they also, Jessica was guilty of this in the MK, where she took the ANC constitution and tweaked it here and there. We proposed this This ashram proposed the MK constitution and Jessica was a tweaker. Okay? So similarly, the cosmic law, the Vedas, every time there was a guru that was born, he took away the original Vedas and he added a few bits and pieces here and there. So my job is to kick all those false philosophies out and bring it back to the original. Bring it back to the original. So we're going to kick MK out, we're going to kick EFF out, we're going to kick COPE out, or COPE already kicked itself out, Jessica?
Yes, sir.
Alright, then we're going to go back to the original ANC constitution. That's what I am doing in Sanatan Dharma. All these gurus, they took the original Bhagavad Gita and they added their own flavor to it. I'm going to take out Bhagavad Gita must have no flavor. Bhagavad Gita must have no spices. Bhagavad Gita must have no salt. Bhagavad Gita is not a recipe. It is a manual for humanity. And if any, there is no one allowed to change the manual for humanity other than the Creator. And the Creator has been taking his birth timelessly. Creator has been taking his birth timelessly, and he has never changed his own essence. Knowledge is called Veda. Knowledge is called Veda. Transcendental knowledge is called Veda. And the Supreme Lord was here 5,000 years ago. 5,120 years ago, the Supreme Lord was here as Lord Shri Krishna. If he didn't change one comma, one semicolon of the Vedas, then you think man. What is a common quality of man? Man is a cheater. Ram, have you cheated? Ram, you know the Guru's capacity, Ram. I can give you date, time, place, hotel room. Ram, just say yes and finish the story. Don't take the Guru on, Ram. As soon as you said no, it means the Guru is wrong. And this Guru can never be wrong. This Guru, Acharya Shyam Ramanuj, can never be wrong. Can? Because if a Guru is wrong, then he can't be a Guru. You are either a Guru or not a Guru. You can't be a Guru sitting here and cheating. No? You can't be a cheater Guru. You are either a Guru or not a Guru. Otherwise it won't work. It won't. The Guru system will collapse if a Guru is not perfect. But the Guru is not a perfect person. The Guru is perfect in his knowledge. As a person, a Guru can make many mistakes. But he cannot make mistakes with his knowledge. And the Guru's knowledge calibrates your soul. Because your soul is also perfect. You can't take an imperfect instrument and interface perfection with it. Can you? Can you? So the Guru as a human will make many mistakes, but not mistakes with his knowledge. And it is the Guru's knowledge that liberates your soul from your body. And there is only one formula for liberating your soul, and that is the absolute truth, not relative truth. absolute truth. All of you understand? Now you understand. And inside, covering your soul is a causal body. Covering your soul is a causal body. It's your material chip. It is your material USB. From the time you set your foot on earth up until today, that information is stored in your causal body. And that information is your destiny. That information keeps you alive today. There is no mistake. There are certain people that are not here today. Yes? The reason they are not here because this is a perfect system. Their destiny won't allow them to be here today. Their destiny won't allow them to be here today because your destiny for this lifetime is already computed in your causal body. Destiny for this lifetime is already computed in your causal body. No one can come to this type of satsang unless it is authorized by your Creator. I am a Param Guru. I come from a Param Para. Parampara means I come from a tradition. Tradition means I come from a line of succession. Line of succession means that I am authorized by the source, who is Lord Sriman Narayana, to give this discourse today. As I said last week, I did not put this seat and sit on it. It is Lord Shiva, the Creator, that put the seat here and put me on this seat. Right now, I am downloading transcendental knowledge, simultaneously giving you discourse. I am downloading from, we have our own cloud. Mirali, our cloud can see the secrets of your cloud that you hide there. When you come to this satsang, you hide your technology, your information, Mirali, in cloud. Our cloud is the original cloud. Your cloud is just a speck. Guru can see what you live there. Our cloud is called the Akashic. Akashic means space. All the Vedas is computed into space. All the Vedas is computed into space. When I sit here, I connect to what I want, and then I reconcile it with what's here in paper. When this paper will be burnt one day, when there will be no record on paper or palm, the record will still be there in space. So the Vedas never disappear. Vedas never disappear because Vedas is not religion. Vedas is not religion. All of you understand? Vedas is eternal cosmic law. And I've proven it along this Bhagavad Gita explanation. I said that nobody can do a commentary on God. Is there anyone that has qualitative and quantitative equality with God? So can you do a commentary on God? But you can do an explanation. So I'm not doing a commentary on the Bhagavad Gita. I'm a simple human being. I can only explain God. I can't analyze God. I have no capacity to analyze God. I have no capacity to do a commentary on God. All those gurus that did the commentary and analysis on God on the Bhagavad Gita, you have to burn it and throw it away. You have to burn it and throw it away. Every human being is inserted with the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is not outside you. Where's the Bhagavad Gita? Everyone is living the Bhagavad Gita right now. Today, you are living the Bhagavad Gita. You are born through the Bhagavad Gita and you're going to die through the Bhagavad Gita. You are born through the Vedas and you will die through the Vedas. That eternal knowledge that's computed in space is also stored in your soul. Your soul only has two attributes. Soul only has two attributes. Blissfulness and knowledge. Whatever the Guru knows today, when you are liberated, you will know exactly the same. You will know exactly the same. Only thing, your knowledge is blocked by ignorance. And Guru's knowledge is open through enlightenment. Guru is in the fourth stage. The first stage is the awake stage. You all are in this stage, awake stage. Next stage is, tonight when you go home, Malin, what are you going to do? Baby will make you nice and tired, you will sleep. The second stage is a sleep state, dream state. Second stage is a, when you sleep, you dream. Third stage is dreamless state. Have you experienced a dreamless state, anyone? And the fourth state is enlightened state. So the Guru is vibrating in the frequency of enlightenment. That frequency downloads the Vedas that is computed in the universe. Is it scientific? Scientific? Yes? Like a radio, you tune your radio to various frequencies. Guru's signal is tuned to the Turiya state of enlightenment. That is why I can work all day and give a discourse at night. I don't have to say 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, and come here and buy art and say 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. I work all day. And I come here and I can talk throughout this 12 hours. And anyone in any part of the world can ask me any question that I can answer without leaving this seat. I'm not going to go there somewhere, hit a Google and come back. That is called enlightenment. And every one of you has the capacity to be enlightened, because that soul is, that knowledge is an attribute of your soul. That knowledge is an attribute of my soul. Like you get a law professor, he teaches everyone law that he knows. Yes? When he teaches everyone that law that he knows, does everyone have the same knowledge that he has? Yes. Subject is law. He taught his class of 30 people law. When they pass the exam, they have the same knowledge that he has, don't they? So you are in a spiritual class, the knowledge that I have, if you submit and surrender, like how you submit and surrender to your course in law and you complete all your modules, if you submit and surrender to this spiritual knowledge that I'm giving you, why you won't know what I am? Do you understand? So you have the same knowledge that I am. I'm not superior to you in any way. The only difference between me and you, like the law professor, is he superior than his students in any way? The only difference is, at that point in time, they are students. is a professor. Similarly, I'm not superior to you, either qualitatively or quantitatively. We all are the same. The only difference is I have knowledge that you also have, but not, but that knowledge is blocked. Okay? So I'm looking at the Guru Gita here. It's not the copy that I wanted. I wanted a copy, but I'm going to read. So I just opened up and I'm going to read a verse from the Guru Gita. So the Guru Gita, like the Bhagavad Gita, is a conversation. Guru Gita is a conversation in the Skand Puran between Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva. Between Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva. And she sees Lord Shiva meditating. She sees Lord Shiva meditating. And she is confused because Lord Shiva is the superintendent of the material universe, isn't he? So she is asking him, you are the superintendent of the material universe, who are you meditating to? And that is when the Guru Gita is born. That is when the Guru Gita is born. So Lord Shiva is the head of department of gurus. Lord Shiva is head of department of gurus. Okay, so I had a copy of the Guru Gita where I had the verses, I knew the verses consecutively. I just couldn't find it. I really went home and somehow they downloaded another copy which I'm not familiar with. But I'm going to ask Lord Shiva to open the necessary pages and give that information that I am looking for. It's his day. And again, you can go and Google and see which guru in the world today at this point in time on Maha Shivaratri discussed the Guru Gita. So I'm saying the only guru in the world on Maha Shivaratri, I'm discussing the Guru Gita, and I'm also showing you where in the Bhagavad Gita Lord Shiva exists. I'm saying these two things, these two topics not discussed anywhere in the world. This is a world first. Around the world people are running, see, temples today will be full. Yes or no? What they're going for? Pound. Milk and Dhaka mixed. They think Lord Shiva drank. Alright, I see many of you all are bound to go for bhang. You all are yet. Alright, Nirali, you had bhang anytime? You sure? It wasn't offered to you? Nirali? Okay. So, at the end of this discourse today, even when I'm long gone, those that go through this discourse will understand Lord Sriman Narayana, will understand Lord Shiva, will understand the Guru Gita, and will understand the Bhagavad Gita. That is, discourses are there to educate you spiritually. Educate you spiritually. So Lord Ramanuj, 1,000 years ago, was living in a state deemed that Lord Shiva is the Supreme Lord. He was living in that state, and when Lord Ramanuj 1,000 years ago declared through the scriptures that Lord Sriman Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the king summoned him to appear before him. So his disciple masqueraded as Lord Ramanuj and appeared before the king, and his eyes was gouged out. His eyes was gouged out, and Lord Ramanuj escaped to the rest of India, and on foot he re-established Sanatana Dharma. He re-established Sanatana Dharma for 20 years, every nook and cranny of India. 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, this chaos that exists today existed 1,000 years ago, and Lord Ramanuj crisscrossed India and re-established Sanatana Dharma. This is his explanation of the Bhagavad Gita. He did not have a printing press. There was no paper 1,000 years ago. It's just in the 18th century we started printing in books. He had to re-establish Sanatana Dharma from palm leaves. And it took him 60 years to do this explanation, the Vedanta Sutras. How many years? 60 years. This is the authentic re-establishment of Sanatana Dharma. Every subsequent saint or sage is an impersonator if it does not follow this Bhagavad Gita. And before I conclude this 18 chapters, I'll bring in, I got many Bhagavad Gita copies, and whichever verse is wrong, I will show you. You will agree with me, both here and around the world, how the Bhagavad Gita was text tortured. How the Bhagavad Gita was text tortured. This re-establishment is not going to be done individually by me. It's going to be done between me and you, because everything is on Google. Is it not there? Is it not all the information? Is it not on Google? So we will Google and we'll say, verse 1, this is what Lord Ramanuj states, this is what the other gurus are stating, and here's the original. The Bhagavad Gita comes from the Mahabharata. It's a segment of the Mahabharata. Then we'll pick up the original Bhagavad Gita from the Mahabharata, and the Guru will show you text torturing. And we'll reject the other Bhagavad Gitas simultaneously. But many people are loyal to many institutions, and the ignorance won't allow acceptance of the absolute truth. That is Kali Yuga. That is Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, Kali lives inside each one of us, and he has removed 75% of knowledge. And the Guru is fighting to restore that 75% of knowledge in every one of us. My job is to re-establish Sanatana Dharma. It's going to be a monumental task, but this is how the universe operates. As I said in earlier discourses, the universe is not perfect. It's created with the two extremes. hot, cold. Anger, love. Yes? Sweet, sour. All these reside in one person. Everything, the divinity and the non-divinity resides in you and me. Everything exists in one person. Today you like sweet, tomorrow you like sour. Who? Krishna? You. It means there's no stability in this universe. Because if there was stability in the universe, you'll only like one taste. Because there's no stability, today this taste is right, tomorrow that taste is right, and the next day that taste is right. The taste is oscillating because your mind is oscillating and your mind controls the senses. And where taste come from? Your senses. Avi, you was at last night's biryani. Try and remember the biryani, then you see your taste buds go. And then try and remember the lemon. What will happen to your taste buds? Check your tongue. Alright? And remember the beer you had 2 years ago. And check what your tongue tells you. Oscillating, yes? Not standing. This is the nature of the universe, which you have to negotiate. The Guru's job is not to make a lemon taste like orange. Orange will always be orange, lemon will always be lemon. The Guru's job is only to tell you, see, the orange is better than the lemon. The tasting must be done by who? Guru will only guide you. All of you understand? So, on this auspicious day, I also need to connect myself to Lord Shiva, myself to Lord Narayana, because I'm making some huge declarations here, am I not? I'm saying it's my job to re-establish Sanatana Dharma. Then what are my credentials? You must have credentials if I want to re-establish Sanatana Dharma. Yes? So we go to astrology. Is astrology scientific? Scientific? Yes, it's exact. If Nirali gives me a date of birth, I can tell her a whole story. Because your destiny from a previous life is recorded by satellites. All the planets are satellites. How many planets we have that you know of? All are recording who came to satsang today. When you go to Yamraj, then he will summon the planetary system. See how meticulous our Creator is, that you can't bribe the Vishnu. You can't take your father's 200 rand and give Yamraj. Because all the planets, including the moon, recorded what every living entity is doing on this planet called Earth. And that is the perfection of astrology. And that is why they say when Mercury is affecting Avir and his wife fighting like cats and dogs. And then when Jupiter is somewhere there, Avir and his wife want to go for honeymoon. Because your karma is recorded and embedded in that system. And that system influences your life there too. Look at this technology. Look at this technology. Shivashni, how many accidents you had in 1 month? One planet is not in position. Shivashni, 2 accidents in 1 month. That means the planets are not in harmony with Shivashni. Shivashni is having a planetary conflict, which everyone does, yes? So when you are born, your exact date and time and the big book is open. You know the big book? Yesterday, day before yesterday, devotee came in and said, Guru, you can open book. I said, no man, I'm not that type of Guru. I open your soul and tell you from the day this universe was created, how many trillion human bodies you took. You want me to open that book? He said, no, it's fine. Okay, but this book. So when I was 33 years old, and I was divorced and I was living with my mom, and she said, let me take you an open book, because I think you got a very bad car. And I was an atheist at that point. So to please my mom, we drove to the next road, and that man opened his book. And my mother told me, see, your Rasi name is a secret, you must not give it to anyone. And when I tell this man your Rasi name, he'll open to your exact. I was born on 3rd of October, 1 a.m., 1960. Alright? Hospital records verified. I was born at St. Agnes Hospital. Hospital records verify my time. So when she took me to open this book, that man said, firstly, my Rasi name is Maha Vishnu. Rasi name is Maha Vishnu. Remember, I'm an atheist at this point in time. Now I'm thinking in my head, who's this Vishnu? Right? In my head I'm thinking, who's this Vishnu? Then he said, you will be influenced by the consciousness of Lord Vishnu and Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva. He said you'll be influenced by Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, your consciousness will be. And he said, you will die in a satsang. My death will be, so every time you'll come, I'm talking about the haters, you could wish today is the last day of this Guru, because I'm going to die seated here in front of you. That's what the book said. So I took my mother, I left her home. I was very upset. I went there to hear some nice stories. You know, business, big business, something great. And what the book told me, things that I hate. I hated God. I had a problem with God. And one thing I knew at that point in time, I'll never be in a satsang. So how can I die in a satsang? I was very upset. I left my mother home. I went to Seagram's bottle store. I bought one bottle of King because I wanted a strong drink. Because I hyped myself to hear some good news. You understand? For me, being a guru was bad news. So bad that I knocked that whole bottle of. I don't know how many days I was done. How many weeks maybe. I was so upset with this information. Then in 2016, 2017. I became a guru in 2013. 2017, I sent an analyst and a professor of physical science who were my aspirants. I told them, go find a person who opens book and make an appointment. So they found somebody in Y Bank. I still need to go there again now. One more time. I was a guru, but I wanted to be scientific and evidential. So we went to Y Bank. I had a cap on, a jersey, cap, jersey and jeans. And this poor guy, he's doing his calculation. Calculated, look at me, calculated, look at me. After 45 minutes I said, Bhaiya, is something wrong? He said, yeah man, the last couple of years, I just can't figure it out. Last couple, he has went in 2017, so from 2030, he can't figure it out. Then I said, okay, this is who I am. He ran upstairs, he put on his dhoti, he brought his whole family down, they all bowed down. He took up photographs, is there somewhere on Facebook, alright? And he gave the same story. That story that made me drink a bottle of cane when I was an atheist, he gave exactly the same story. And I'm giving you the story now, no pain. And I'm happy with the story. I am. And astrology is the exact science. It's the absolute truth. So I'm born a guru. I am born a guru. I'm not a TikTok guru, Facebook guru, temple guru. I am born a guru, and every lifetime of mine I will remain a guru. Every lifetime of mine I will remain a guru. Gurus are eternal. Gurus are eternal. What eternal means? You always. And the disciples are eternal. What that means? Until the disciples are liberated, you have the same guru. That is why children in this ashram take naturally to me. Because they, coming from a past life, are worthy. So I've proven all of this scientifically. Alright? And then I wanted to shave my hair, so that when you come in to do Aarti, I want you to look at my head. You'll see Sheshnag imprinted on my head. Sheshnag, 5 heads of Lord. Sheshnag imprinted on my head. That is God's rubber stamp to tell you that I am a born guru. Biological. But it could be a mistake, isn't it? Because it's one. No, I have 4 auspicious. So recently we were sharing old memories where you find me clean shaven. This trishul that I was holding here is imprinted on my chin. Imprinted on my chin. And trishul imprinted on the chin . Put it back before it damages my garden. Okay. So these cows normally don't leave the Goshala, but they are very, very naughty. But they know where to go back. Alright? concentrate on the discourse. It's important, because when you're going and fighting me and calling me a fake guru on Facebook, I'll be able to sue you. I'll be able to, because I'm giving you everything. So on my head is Sheshnath, on my chin is this Trishul. Okay, I never planned this discourse exactly like this, but I said all discourses are spiritual. It is planned by the Supreme Lord. So this is a book from Lord Sri Ramanuj. It's about his pastimes and his lifetime. See on Lord Narayana, there's 12 symbols there. Can you see it? In his hand, the conch, all those symbols around him. Can you see it? They took their birth and they are called the 12 alvars. You must go on Google and find out about the 12 alvars. They are depicted on this side of the ashram. If you see, you go outside, on the wall in the Taj Mahals, I got the 12 alvars pasted there. So one of the alvars, this is a verse, the 12 alvars sang 4,000 verses. The 12 alvars, personification of the symbols of Lord Sriman Narayana, sang how many? 4,000 verses. This is one of the verses. Okay, I just found it, I kept it there, but now it's going to corroborate something I said about my Trishul on the chin. So this is one of the alvars. They are absolutely pure devotees of the Supreme Lord. They don't live on planet Earth. They just came down on planet Earth at that point in time, and they went back, and they are symbols of Lord Narayana in Vaikuntha. They are symbols. They are not earthly human beings. They did not need to liberate. They are eternally liberated souls that perform that function with Lord Narayana. Okay? So this is what one of the 12 alvars wrote. I wilted and sorrowed for what I have done, for I had let myself run after lovely women. Seeking the carnal pleasures they offer, I ran speedily away from it all, having learned the term that would give me deliverance. I sought it now, searching everywhere, and I found it at last. Ah, the joy! That name is Narayana. So exactly the same thing happened to me. I had this Trishul on my chin, and for some reason, women found me very handsome because they called it a cleft, and a man with a cleft. But I'm not ashamed, because one of the alvars, you can see in his verse, Ram is smiling from here to here. Ram is one of the Supreme Lord's symbols. Could do this, so can we all. You understand? This is part of human nature. A man is configured to be attracted to certain bodily parts of a woman. It's a configuration. God inserted that configuration in you. Don't say men are dogs, Jessica. It's not fault of man. There is a chip in man that when the eyes connect, that chip gets activated. I'm serious. I am serious. When God constructed man, this is how he constructed man. Alright, don't kill Satish Bhai. Yeah, we have to remove the chip. Okay? But this is the absolute truth, that even when the purest devotee of the Supreme Lord ended on earth, that chip had to be inserted in me, and this is what happened. So I got Sheshnag on my head, I got a cleft which is the Trishul, and I got the marks of Lord Shiva on my forehead, you can see it, and I also got this tilak. See this tilak that's red and white? This tilak is also embedded in my facial expression. This red, but it's not red and white, it's just my skin. Alright? So I have 4 auspicious marks on me that is there from birth. I wanted to say today is an auspicious day. I live in Shiva consciousness. When I heal through Shiva consciousness. All the elements in this universe comes via Lord Shiva. Space comes via Lord Shiva. Air comes via Lord Shiva. Fire comes via Lord Shiva. Water comes via Lord Shiva. And what's the 5th? Space, air, fire, water, a combination of that 4 becomes earth. And all emanates from Lord Shiva. So the material ingredients that your body is wearing is, so this is where the biggest confusion is. This is where the biggest confusion is. Because yes, you are wearing the elements of Lord Shiva, but inside your soul is Paramatma. Who is that Paramatma? Lord Narayana. And Lord Narayana is controlling, the controller of this body and the controller of the universe is Lord Sriman Narayana. The ingredients of this universe is Lord. Do you understand? And this is where the confusion is, because people are misinterpreting the verses. So one of the verses in this Guru Gita, I'm going to find it next week to consolidate it for this week. In one of the verses, Lord Shiva says that if I get angry, who that is? The Guru can pacify me. Right? It's here, but because I don't have my copy, I don't want to waste time finding it. But when the Guru gets angry, there's no one to pacify. Hear me again, because I was angry this week. I was angry this week. Alright? And there is going to be devastation. There is going to be consequence. When Lord Shiva gets angry, it's a Vedic injunction. Guru didn't write it. And Lord Shiva is the head of the Guru system. And he says, when Lord Shiva gets angry, Guru can pacify him. When Guru gets angry, no one can pacify him. And Guru gets angry very, very seldom. The only time the Guru gets angry, if the Guru nourished you. If the Guru nourished you and you are not grateful for that nourishment, both material and spiritual, then you turn around, you put a lead-capped boot and you boot the Guru's backside. But when I took an oath to be a Guru, I took this oath at my Guruji's Samadhi place. There were 20 instructions, and one of the instructions was that when you get a boot behind you, will you still be a Guru? Or will you leave? I said, I'll still be a guru. They asked Sean, will you still support your father? And Sean said, yes, I'll still support my father. And they asked Mataji, will you support your husband? And she said, yes, I'll support my husband. We took 20 oaths at my Guruji's Samadhi place. I already got 1 million votes. My backside is blue and black. Not from the outside, from people that I nourish materially and spiritually. I got WhatsApps here. I work with evidence because I know in this Kali Yuga, false information can quickly close your organization down. Yes? So I work with evidence. And if somebody sent me a WhatsApp and said, Guru, me, my son, and my husband don't have a grain of rice to eat. And I send one of my disciples and I say, take the wife to the supermarket. Don't buy oil, rice and sugar. That lady knows what she needs. And don't put a price. Run a trolley around the supermarket and fill the kitchen with groceries. Then I employ that lady's son. I get that lady's son employed by one of my disciples. He keeps his 2 hands in the pocket. Air conditioning work, can't pick up tools. How can you do air conditioning with your 2 hands in the pocket? Then Sean opens another business here in Newlands. And I pleaded with Sean. I said, see, you can't keep buying people groceries if they got a 23-year-old son sitting in the house. Let's make him do some work. Let him take that money and buy groceries. You think it's a logical thing to do? He's a fit boy. He can't work in aircon. Let him ride 20 loads in a truck. Because we only load 20 trucks, 25 trucks. How long does it take a line to ride 20 loads? 1 load? 1 load? Name of company, type of sand, cubic meters of sand, cash or account. How long will it take you to write that, Abhi? Too long. 2 minutes. How long? 2 minutes. 2 minutes times 20 is how many minutes? 40 minutes. 40 minutes of physical work. The hardest job you got to do is pick up a pen. We paid you 300 rand a day because your house got no. Did this boy Ashmika ask you for food? Did he tell you he's hungry? Yes or no? Did this boy tell you there's no food in the house? Same boy told Ashmika he got no food in his house. But to write 20 loads for 300 rand a day, he was complaining. You think the Guru has a right to dismiss him both from this organization and from employment? I'm asking you, all of you. Because he did not report back to me that he had a problem. He reported to the Bashkate. Who is supposed to report? Who? Person who employed him. He reported to another disciple of mine. Is that a good thing? Is that a logical thing? You got no food. You beg in Maha Shivaratri people to give you food. When the Guru gives you a job, I'm not the employer, my son is the employer. I forced him to take him on. Both my sons want me, Dad, don't take ashram people and give them work. There's going to be a problem. I enforced him. I enforced Sean to give this guy over. Who is supposed to have gratitude? So if he reported to Divashka, is it legal for me to call Divashka to the ashram and tell her that this report is false and this is the truth? So I called Divashka, I called her daughter, I said, this boy is lying, he failed, he's unemployable. He couldn't work for Vasan in aircon, he can't ride 20 loads. If a person can't ride 20 loads in a day, is he employable or unemployable? Then he's having a relationship with Divashka's daughter, he wants to marry her. What must I tell Divashka's daughter as a guru? Because he met her here in this ashram. What must I advise her? You can't marry this man, he's unemployable. How is he going to buy you lipstick, powder? I'm serious. She is high maintenance, Divashka. How much you spend on your daughter? Then what that family did? They eloped together. Divashka's daughter ran away. Now you tell me what type of a family, what type of a family this is. Nobody contacts the Guru. The mother does not contact the Guru. The father does not contact the Guru. I phone the father and I tell the father, your son is having a problem at work. I'm going to write down the 5 things that he needs to do. You have been in management for many, many years. Please train your son in. Is that a bad thing? The father tells me, you think I'm a fool? You think I don't know how to run a business? You know my son? He killed people during the looting. He killed people during the looting. He is highly spiritual. What spirits I have has been transferred to my son. I phoned him to embrace his son's inadequacy. As a father, what is supposed to say? Father was there in the satsang. What is supposed to say? I'm sorry, Guru, if my son is underperforming, let's together fix it. Yes or no? Outright he threatened me. Outright, how dangerous his son is. You think the ashram needs to know this? Because they were integral parts there. The mother was singing in the front there. She's not here singing today. Yes? Otherwise, what type of stories will float? You see, yesterday was Shravan's 1 year. Was Shravan's, they phoned Shravan and Malini. Instead of phoning me, problem is what? Me. And I had a huge problem with Shravan and Malini for entertaining that call. They're supposed to say, Sia, my dad talked to you. And Shravan, I nearly not come for Shravan's 1 year because the line is straight. And you can only live in the straight line, whether it's my family, whether it's my disciples. So I'm bringing this in because these are people in Tamogun. They go around the world bluffing they are spiritual. No one is spiritual. Only an enlightened soul is spiritual. Everyone else is a spiritual aspirant. Everyone else is a spiritual aspirant until you get enlightened. Am I fair or not fair? If you're going for legal, if you pursuing a degree in law, can you call yourself a lawyer before your degree? If you first year, can you call yourself a lawyer? But you can say, I am a legal aspirant. Only when you remove ego 100%, when you kill your identification with your body, when you kill your identification with your body, then you are spiritual. As long as you believe I am this body, and if you are on the path to spirituality, then you are a spiritual aspirant. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? So I'm teaching you this. I told Nirali, don't buy lipstick anymore. Once you stop buying lipstick, good clothes, and you come here, Nirali, imagine wearing a sack. Then you are spiritual. Uncombed hair, wearing a sack, walking in bare feet, stinking and smelling. Then you are spiritual. You abandoned your body. And this is the mistake that is made. And the Bhagavad Gita is not a book on the shelf. It is here in the satsang. Is it here in the satsang? Is this not what Arjuna's confusion is? Is this not what Arjuna's confusion is? So I'm going to conclude from verse 36. Did we stop at verse 36?
Yes.
So I need to start at verse 37. Therefore, verse 37, Bhagavad Gita, Sri Ramanuj Gita Bhasya. Therefore, it is not befitting that we slay our king, the sons of Dastarashtra, for if we kill our kinsman, O Arjuna, how indeed can we be happy? And this incident with the family fits in here exactly. Yes or no? Both the parents condone the behavior of the son. This is what Arjuna is going through. Is he not? Arjuna is confused. His parents, his grandfathers, his teachers, his gurus, Lord Krishna wants him to annihilate them. And Arjuna is saying, how can we kill our own kinsman? Who's our own kinsman? What is the family doing? What is the family doing that the Creator wants Arjuna to kill? They are performing our dharma. Dharma and our dharma. Righteousness and unrighteousness. Where you start rectifying, in society or in your own house and family. And that is why when Arjuna stands and he inspects the battle at Kurukshetra, does he see outsiders or does he see his teachers, his cousins, his uncle, his grandfather? Who does he see? His family. Why is that the focus? Why is he not seeing others? Why is he not seeing other kings from other parts of planet Earth? Why is he seeing his family first? What is the reason in the Bhagavad Gita that Arjuna has to name his entire family, his family, who are unrighteous? And what is he saying? He is saying, although our family is unrighteous, who is telling this to? The Supreme Lord is telling the Supreme Lord, although my family is unrighteous, if I annihilate them, it will accrue sin. Jessica? If my family is unrighteous, if I annihilate them, it will accrue sin. Is this not the confusion that we got right now? Huh? Yes. If I give your brother a tight sounder, you know, a good kanpati, okay, just assuming you had a brother, and I sounded him, how angry you and your dad will be? Hey, you'll be upset with me, man. The father will take all his flower pots that he donated to the ashram and do. But if I gave Smiley's brother a tight smack, firstly you think Smiley will be smiling or stop smiling? Will Cyril and Avir will be angry and take their flower pots away if I gave Smiley's brother a tight smack? Are you understanding? You understanding? So Lord Krishna is telling you that if your mother is wrong, if your father is wrong, if your cousins are wrong, if your brother is wrong, if your sister is wrong, what you must do? That killing in that Kurukshetra and that Kurukshetra inside your mind, that Kurukshetra really happened. There's scientific proof that it really happened. Go and Google it, alright? That Kurukshetra translates in your head. What are your parents teaching you? What are your parents teaching you? If they are teaching you anything that is not in the scriptures, what you must do? Kill the false tradition of your mother, kill the false tradition of your father, kill the false tradition of your parents, kill the false tradition of your grandparents, great-grandparents, and the whole bloodline where the tradition started. Where's the instruction? Is there a real Kurukshetra happening now here? Yeah. No. The Kurukshetra is inside your head and your biological family. And when you have to, they also say kill your guru. They also say kill your guru. Is the guru on the unrighteous side? Yes. Drona Acharya is the guru. Where is he? On the unrighteous side. Lord Krishna is saying kill that guru. What he means by kill that guru? It means that me as the guru, I must bring all the false philosophies of every guru that misinterpreted the Bhagavad Gita. It means I have to bring it here in this satsang and kill the false traditions and philosophies of the Bhagavad Gita. Is this a legal, spiritual, scriptural instruction? Okay, next verse quickly. 38. Though these people whose minds are overpowered by greed see no evil in its destruction of a clan, and not sin in treachery to friends? Why should we not learn to shun this crime, we who see the evil ruining of a clan, O Krishna? Would the ruin of a clan perish ancient tradition, and when tradition perish, lawlessness overtakes the whole clan? When lawlessness prevails, O Krishna, the women of the clan become corrupt. When women become corrupt, there arises intermixture of classes. This mixing of classes leads to hell, the clan itself and its destroyers, for the spirits of their ancestors fall degraded, deprived of ritual offerings of food and water. By the sins of the clan destroyers who bring about intermixture of classes, the ancient traditions of clan and class are destroyed. Okay, we're going to stop there for tonight. Arjuna what is he talking? What is he saying here? What is the context of this Bhagavad Gita? They're there on the stage because land was usurped. The unrighteous took over the land of the righteous. Yes? Because of that, and Lord Krishna himself went to the unrighteous. Like how I made that phone call to the Father. I made that phone call to the Father. Similarly, Lord Krishna himself went to the unrighteous. What did the unrighteous do? They ignored Lord Krishna's mediation. Like that man ignored my mediation. I tried to mediate, I tried to fix it. When the unrighteous does not want mediation, what do we need to do? Bang Shanga? Bang. There's no Mahatma Gandhi here. See Bhagavad Gita. Huh? There's no passive resistance. Mahatma Gandhi had to be drunk when he read the Bhagavad Gita. There is no Satyagraha here in the Bhagavad Gita. And this is why India lost itself to the British Empire. It's because of Mahatma Gandhi. What Lord Krishna did the British Empire usurp India? Yes. And what Lord Krishna is saying here, that when land is usurped, what you must do? You must reclaim. Where's Satyagraha? Where is Satyagraha? Where is passive resistance to get your land back? What Lord Krishna said? Take your arrow and fight for the land that rightfully belongs to you. That is the context of the Bhagavad Gita, yes? Now what Arjuna is saying, he's talking like a woman. When you confront your wife, does she fight back with the context, or does she give you a whole grocery list? Ram, after he came to satsang, he's gone brave. That's right, Ram. You think a year ago you and Bhabhi sitting in one Shivaratri in one temple somewhere, and the Guru asked this question, how your knees should be knocking? That's Guru power. Yes. Is Arjuna given a grocery list here? Yes. Does that grocery list belong to the context of the war? No. The war is there because land was usurped. When these people die, does it matter if there be intermixture? Does it matter? Does it matter? What is more prominent? That the entire land was stolen, it must be returned to the rightful only. Whatever happens in between happens. He said people won't do pitta part properly. And the ancestors won't get food in Pitralok. Is it true? Yes, it's true. If people lose their traditions, but is that greater than the dharmic act that was performed to all the people? Because when you usurp a land, who suffers? The citizens. Huh? Like Ramaphosa and his ANC usurped this land. This is a usurped land. Who is benefiting? The usurpers. And white monopoly and Ramaphosa is benefiting from this country. Who is suffering? The citizens. If we remove them, what will happen to the citizenry? Does it matter what happens to the traditions and cultures? Because traditions and cultures are brought by whom? Bhagavad Gita got no tradition and culture. Bhagavad Gita got no tradition and cultures. Do you understand? So this is where we are. This is where we are today in our society. Bhagavad Gita is not a story of the past. It's not a mythology, because you can go, if you got some money, go to Gujarat, got some money, go to Gujarat, go do scuba diving, go down underground. That city that Lord Krishna drowned when he left 5,120 years ago, that city is still there underwater today. So the Bhagavad Gita is the absolute truth, the Mahabharata is the absolute truth, Sanatana Dharma, true Lord Ramanuj tradition is the only absolute truth. All other books, don't worry how big their institutions are, how many billion followers they have. This is the only Bhagavad Gita that does not follow a philosophy. It is straight. You can take this Bhagavad Gita and insert it in the Mahabharata, because this Bhagavad Gita is an extract of the Mahabharata. This Bhagavad Gita will be the only. You can't take any other Bhagavad Gita. I'm giving you a guarantee, and put it exactly in the Mahabharata and get the same out. Exactly. All of you understand? So, Lord Shiva who is Lord Shiva? I want to close with who is Lord Shiva. This is what we know. We want to understand who is Lord Shiva. So you can see Lord Narayana. For material manifestation, Lord Narayana takes 4 forms. What are the 4 forms? Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Praniyumna, and Ani Buddha. He takes 4 forms. Sankarsana is the snake. Look at the snake on the head. You can see the snake on the head. Same imprints on my head. When you do Arti, you can see. So inside every human soul, or plant, inside any soul, Vasudeva lives inside the soul, your soul, not in your heart. Vasudeva does not live in your heart. He lives in every soul. Every soul got the Supreme Lord, your Creator, living in it. Closest to you, in proximity, is the Supreme Lord, because He is residing in your soul. But Lord Shiva is an individual soul. He is an individual soul. Vasudeva does not live in his soul. Sankarsana lives in his soul. Who lives in his soul? Sankarsana. Sankarsana is the five-headed serpent. That serpent lives in Lord Shiva's soul. He controls Lord Shiva. And there is proof. Have you witnessed any photo of Lord Shiva without a snake on it? Have you witnessed any photograph of Lord Shiva without a snake on it? Every photo of Lord Shiva has a snake. Yes or no? Because he is impelled. He is impelled by the Sankarsana manifestation of the Supreme. Okay? And lastly, you're going to, everyone is waiting for that. Nobody likes my discourse. Everyone is waiting for that ritual. Yes? Yeah. So let's understand that ritual. So once upon a time there was a, Sophie's time, everyone is interested. Once upon a time there was a hunter. There was a hunter, there was no food. So he went to hunt in the forest and he continued hunting. There was absolutely nothing. And he found a lake. So he took some water and he saw a bilwa tree, that leaf, that three-leaf tree. And he climbed that leaf, so if any prey came, he was hidden on top of the tree and immediately beneath the tree was the Shivalinga. Okay? So he saw the deer and he parted the leaves and he was about to shoot the deer. He also took water up because he was hungry, he was drinking water. So when this movement happened, water fell on the Shivling. Water fell on the Shivling and the deer told him, please don't kill me, now I'll come back. So that is the first 3 hours, what you're going to be seated here. Lock the door there. This is a 12-hour satsang. That's the first 3 hours. Is it 3? Yeah. Then, the same thing happened again. He was about to shoot the animal said, please give me a break, I've got some things to do, I'll come back and shoot. And it happens 4 times. That's how we got the 4 segments in 6 to 6. Water fell on the Shivling, water fell on the Shivling, water fell on the Shivling. 4 times, and then people decided, but what was the reason to stay up this 4 nights? I'm giving you the Sophie side. This is the Sophie side. To his surprise, every time he let an animal go, he was shocked. Because he's a hunter. What is the job of a hunter? Did he not see stricken animals before? Hunting is a natural reaction. That pain of death on the animal's face, how many million times this thing this hunter observed? But somehow, something happened within him that he let the first animal go. He let the second animal go, he let the third animal go, and he let the 4th animal go. Because this night was Maha Shivaratri, and on this night you can allow your vices to leave you. You can allow, doesn't matter, because I was that hunter in 2012. Hey, the Guru was everywhere. Huh? Every story the Guru is there. I used to smoke 100 cigarettes. From the day I started smoking, there was no, addictive nature. So from the day I started smoking until the day I stopped smoking, I was smoking 100 cigarettes. So on Maha Shivaratri 2012, 24th of February, I was not a guru. I was not a guru. But I had a prayer room. And I took a glass of water and I told Lord Shiva that last week I went to a doctor. The doctor wanted 2,200 rand, but he could not give me a guarantee. Could not give me a guarantee that I'll stop smoking. He said he put a patch here. And I'm a chain smoker. I don't know how this patch and my continuous smoking. And I said, no man, I can't waste this 2,220. 12. So I took that glass of water, I placed it at 10 p.m. in front of the photograph of Lord Shiva. I didn't know this story. This story this Sophie that I'm giving you, I didn't know. Alright? I just came back from atheism. Now we're reconciling with the family. I have to bluff myself, bluff God. You know the story? What most of you are doing here now. Right? Bluffing God this way, that way. So I was bluffing God at that point. I didn't know anything about Sanatan. I knew absolutely nothing, but I know Shivaratri. Alright? I remember the previous Shivaratri we took Shravan. When you were 5 years old, we took Shravan to Shivaratri in that hall, fantasy hall. And there was a huge display of fruits. And Shravan went, he picked up a banana. That's before the function. He opened the banana, he smiled at the priest because he knew the priest, and he shouted. Alright, that was one Shivaratri, but we left early. We didn't stay the night. So I knew Shivaratri, there was some sort of, something could happen. At 10 p.m. I drank that water and I went to sleep. Next morning, I never had the taste of nicotine. And up to today, I never smoked another cigarette. You know, there was a time when we had no money. And there was an option of buying bread and cigarettes. What do you think I bought? You understand? That's how addicted I was. But I had that glass of water, next morning no craving. And I'm not even a believer. Because the human body is a technology. You don't have to believe in God for the technology to work. Do you understand? You don't have to have false faith and false devotion. You just have to be open-minded. What you have to be? Open-minded. There is nothing special that God wants from you on the outside. God is already seated here. He's already seated inside you. What does He want from you from the outside? You're a technology, and God is also a technology. And this universe is also a technology. When these three technologies interface, then bliss is released. Okay? So this is a story. From the first animal to the last animal, it took that 12 hours. It took the 12 hours. That is why we sit for 12 hours. And the second reason is that the cosmic energy that is released every month, but this month it is released in its highest form. When you sit for prayer, what happens to your mind? What chemicals your mind, your brain start releasing? My researchers are not there, they look. Otherwise they would have gone on Google. What chemical is released from the brain? And what the brain does? It allows your frequency to rise from the sacral to higher frequency. When your frequency goes up, what happens to the cosmic energy? You can absorb the cosmic energy. That is why you pray. Because when you pray, then your brain starts releasing chemicals that allows your frequency to go higher. Your frequency must eventually be like this fan. You can see it? Can you see the blade? That's how high your frequency must be when your crown frequency is activated. When your crown frequency is activated, then you will see everything exactly like the Guru. You will see everything exactly like the Guru. At the moment, how many frequency you think is present in the room? How many frequency a human being is using in this room? 2. Frequency of sight, frequency of hearing. How many other frequencies are existing in this room? What your eyes cannot see. There's a whole spectrum, yes or no? There's a whole spectrum of frequency in this room which your eyes cannot see. And there's a whole lot of sounds in this room that your ears cannot hear. Am I right, Mango? Do you know how many sights Mango can see? If I bring Lakshman in here, how many sounds you think the dog can hear? And how far? Somebody walking at my gate, how far you can hear? Just go outside, car park, you can't hear. But how many sound frequencies are here? So you are only tuned to 2 sound frequencies. And when you become the Guru, you'll be all like the Guru. You don't have to become the Guru. Like those students learning law, do they have to become professors? Similarly, you learning spirituality, you don't have to become a Guru. You just learn your spirituality. But all the frequencies will be open. All the frequencies, you'll be able to see and hear everything. In this room, there's millions of frequencies here. And there's millions of colors. Everything is compacted. There's no space in this room. This entire room is filled with atoms. Do you know that? Zillions and zillions of atoms are compacted in this room, but you can only see me seated there. Do you understand? So when you come to the Guru, Guru Gita states that no one else can teach you this besides the Bhagavad Gita states no one else can teach you besides the Upanishad states no one else can teach you besides the all the Purana states nobody else can teach you besides the and when the Supreme Lord Krishna he comes to planet Earth, he also has to learn through the Guru. Lord Krishna's eternal Guru is Sandipan Muni. And when Lord Ram comes, he also has to learn through the and all the 330 million Devis and Devtas, they also have to learn through the. Can you see the importance of a Guru? There's no one that can learn any spirituality without a Guru. And it works exactly like that in the NA, and it works exactly like that in the 8A, but in a condensed form. Because every addict or alcoholic, he only starts recovering when he takes a sponsor. And that sponsor is his Guru. Do you understand? His sponsor has that knowledge which he spiritually transfers to his aspirant. All of you understand? So this system is concrete. If you want to learn something, you have to go to a bona fide spiritual master who's endorsed by the Supreme Lord. Not a self-appointed Guru. I belong to a system. Veda Vyas is the author of the Vedas, yes? His disciple is Bodhiyana. His disciple is Bodhiyana. From Bodhiyana all the way to Lord Ramanuj, 1,000 years, and all the way from Lord Ramanuj to my Guru, and all the way from my Guru to me, and all the way from me to you. The knowledge is the same. Light green is, dark blue is, black is, the stream of knowledge is exactly the same, and that is called absolute spirituality. And I hope today, as I said, you'll never find this discourse anywhere in the world where I connected Lord. Did I read that Bhagavad Gita verse for you? Of Lord Krishna? No? Okay. Shivani, please warn your mother, don't give me glasses without a necklace. It's useless. Now I have to look for my glasses. So, chapter 10, verse 23. Chapter 10, verse 23. Of the Rudras, I am Sankara. Of the Yakshas, I am Rakshas. I am the Lord of wealth. Of the Vasus, I am Agni. Of the mountains, I am Meru. I'm not interested in the rest. The very first line. Of the Rudras, I am Sankara. Who is Sankara? Lord Shiva. What Lord Krishna is saying? What Lord Krishna is saying? Is he connecting? Then if I break it down further, he is Sankar, Sana, inside that entity called Lord Shiva. Have I concluded this scripturally? Can you dispute this because your granny told you that Lord Shiva is the Supreme Lord? Because your grandfather told you Lord Shiva is the Supreme Lord. Can you dispute this? Where is Lord Shiva in the category of the Supreme Lord? He is the foremost devotee of the Supreme. Is he not in constant meditation? If you meditate, what does it mean? If you are in meditation, are you not meditating to a higher power? Is that not sufficient scriptural evidence that because Lord Shiva is in constant meditation, he is meditating to a higher power, and that higher power, according to Bhagavad Gita, is Lord Sriman Narayana, who has incarnated as Lord Sri Krishna. That is why outside my doorway, when you enter here, I have a murti of Lord Shiva, because he is the foremost devotee and is also head of the Guru system. Can you see how all these things interface into clarity? So if you are a Lord Shiva devotee, what is his duty? To place you in the lap of a bona fide spiritual. Do you understand? That is Lord Shiva's devotee. What credentials that your great-grandfather and your great-grandmother have in declaring who is the Supreme Personality of God? What credentials they have, I'm asking. So this is why Lord Krishna is asking Arjuna to kill the traditions of your family, because they have no place in spirituality. Traditions and spirituality don't go hand in hand. Do you understand? Alright, so I think just concentrate there. Lord Shiva is the head of the Guru system. You don't have to do arti on my side. Do your arti on that side. But if you want to come and bow down, it's up to you. Alright, because I think everyone is hungry. And Ashni has been cooking from 12 o'clock. single-handedly. And maybe I want to be like ISKCON, open a restaurant and make Ashni cook expensive meal. Ashni, 200 gram paneer. Okay? So we all are hungry. Somebody going to start dana. You know how to start on that side. Do your aarti on that side. And do me a favor. Be like me. Chain smoker, 100 cigarettes a day. Drunk or sober, the cigarettes never change. Cigarettes never change. It started consulate, it went to mills for a while, and when I got very poor, I can't remember. Yes. Anyone remember the cigarettes? Yes? It's still around. Yeah, it was 5 rand a packet. So I used to buy my, yes, it's bad. Mouth will feel bad in the morning. Alright? But I had to smoke it because I was addicted to it. I was in prison. See, for me, the highest highlight for me is not being a guru, is not passing transcendental knowledge, is not touching your head and making you better. It's God took away my sins. Because I never ever thought I could come out of it. These 2 fingers were round and around. And the only time I wasn't smoking is either I forgot I'm not smoking or I was in a meeting. And I was in big organization. I was huge organization. Jessica will tell you in Cope how many times I was in politics. I was in the organizing committee. I couldn't leave the meeting, but I had to leave the meeting. And I'll only come back 15 minutes later because I'll smoke 3 cigarettes in a row to cover that 1 hour. Alright? And for me, that addiction taken away, there's nothing bigger than that. Because as soon as I got up, cigarette. And when I slept, 2 or 3 cigarettes, and I did. Alright? No difference when it comes to addiction. Not meat. I love meat, but I'm not worried about meat. That cigarette controlled my head for 45 years. So today, those of you that are smoking, I'm a born guru. There's no real addiction. But as a human being, I'm saying, I went through that so you can learn from me. John, UK John. When you dream and you love money, boy, you know how much you will save if you don't smoke? Oh, sorry, Vishnu. Alright, Vishnu. Try, go there. And those of you that don't have cigarette but other addiction, Shivani, like overeating, it works too. It works there, alright? Shivani, Guru is only joking, but still go there. You know your personal, all of you know that something that's constraining your health. When you're doing that, I'm giving you a guarantee from here. If you sincerely live at Lord Shiva's feet and tell me what you left on a WhatsApp, I'll guarantee you that will never come back to you. How's that? This is why we must have service. Yes or no? When you come to a mechanical repair shop, must you go with the same fault back, or if you came with a brakes problem, your brakes must be repaired. If your hooter wasn't working, your hooter must work, yes? So this is a tangible satsang. Nobody must come here and spend their time here and the petrol for nothing. Something must work. And on an auspicious night like today, I gave you everything. I gave you knowledge. I gave you spiritual nourishment. If you can't feel the spirituality here, something is wrong with you. Lord Shiva arrived here very early this morning. Alright? So the spirituality is here. You're going to eat food and And then you're going to leave your negativities there, Lord Shiva. He's waiting. That is why you think he landed here. And what does he destroy? Is Lord Shiva not the head of Department for Destruction? What must he destroy? Vices and ignorance. Vices and ignorance. Right now we are 150 trillion years. There's another 150 trillion years for Lord Shiva to annihilate the universe. We got a long time. So what must he annihilate here today? Ignorance and vices. Leave it to him. Om Namah Shivaya. Okay, we are going to sing Om Namah Shivaya, sing the mantra Shravan, whoever is singing in the front, until you go and leave your burden with Lord Shiva. Alright? Tisha, what is leaving with Lord Shiva? Yeah, leave punctuality there. Tell Lord Shiva, you know what? Please let me be punctual. Yeah. 5 minutes late, she was walking down the driveway. Because they started late.